A simple, snazzy intro song for art and poems. It's between the lines. Welcome to this slice of YouTube that I call home. I'm Tabitha Dial of North Star Muse, and this is Creative Divination. Today we're going to do a little bit of Bibliomancy using a book and actually a little bit of art. But before we get into that, just a little bit about yours truly. Again, I'm Tabitha Dial of North Star Muse. I am a writer and a poet. I also do tarot and tea leaf readings, often cosplaying as Professor Trelawney of Hogwarts. Those little tea leaves. I also have a book coming out in spring 2020. That's an astrology Oracle Almanac, and a deck is sure to pair with it very nicely, a little oracle deck. Let's get into it then. What I'm going to do is open up this lovely snail mail package that I've been hanging on to for quite a while, to be honest. So I could wait to just really get into it. And how I'm going to get into it could be a bit tricky. Ah, yeah. So much for Mr. Snail. Wow. This is fun. Express yourself. Express yourself. Packed to ensure transportation. All right. Oh my gosh. So this is from Misty Skaggs of Kentucky, and she recently got her second book out, which I'm so excited to get. But in the process of getting that, I'm a big fan of hers, and she makes some Hillbilly Haiku is what she calls it. And so, wow. She threw in, I think, an extra one. But first off, she planted roses and waited for them to bloom in all their glory. As one of them. And there's a little pop tab to hang it up with. I'm going to enjoy seeing this in my home. Thank you so much. And then her little note says, Tabitha darling, and that she's thankful, and she threw in a little extra Xmas gift just for you. XOXO. Aw, like, you're my cup of tea at the bottom. What a delight. Cool. Misty Mama is how she signed that. Very lucky to know her. Aww. Here's another one. Her laughter was loud. It filled up the room and more. Filled the whole outdoors. That gets me. I have a pretty big laugh. Oh, and look at this. Okay, I haven't even read it all. She danced all night long, wearing something sparkly and inappropriate. Okay, I think I'm getting a little hint there to do so. And then there's even more before I get to the book of poems. Something in here. Wow. Oh, this might be... Yeah, I think I remember this, so I think I saw this online. Yes, I saw this online, and I thought this I had to have in my home, and I'm really happy with this. Like, in person is it's so vibrant. I don't know if you can quite capture how it gets the light, and yeah, she's done a fabulous job. I love it even more holding it and seeing it. Even just on the screen, but being able to see the detail of the ink in real life and in person. It speaks so much, and you can tell the artist, Misty, put a lot of her work and herself in it. That's why I love to support art. Artists and poets. Okay, and then I guess I have something else to look at and enjoy and love. But I can already tell, like, this is what I can see of it. And it's... Oh, cute! I remember this, so I must have maybe liked it or loved it when she posted it. Snail, yeah! Yeah! So this is Misty Skaggs again. Yeah, and I'll have to include in this video some links to her as I can find them. I know she's on Instagram and other social media if you'd be interested in her work. Very fun. Yes. Making this heart happy. So with Bibliomancy, we're going to use books of poetry, such as Misty's latest, Planted by the Signs, which was brought to us by Ohio University Press. And what we're going to do is use this as a tool of divination. So I will, set the intention for understanding how this tool wants to work with us. And nice, thick chapbook of poetry. The first book will tell us how it wants to be used and interpreted as a whole. I just adore that photo. That's really from Instagram, as I understand was the story of the cover. Misty Skaggs was born and raised in the backwoods of eastern Kentucky. She lives and works in Elliott County, where she tends to her poetry, her mama, and her garden. Nice. All right. So, we begin by setting the intention that higher power and the universe help guide this reading, and give us insight, and give us the courage to do with the information what is most appropriate at this time. We ask with respect and gratitude for every day. It ends on Lovell gets the last word. Hope that's pronounced right. L-O-V-E-L. The living room Papa built, not from around these parts. The living room Papa built, sprouting from the tiny trailer, leads downhill toward the garden. Slightly sloped furniture is arranged around a big screen TV. 3 foot thick, Mama got on credit from the Finger Hut catalog. Papa is gone, and we're the last inhabited homestead on the end of a road off the blacktop. But even the Mamas and me watch the Derby, especially since coverage preempted our evening dose of local news and weather. Tony Cavalier doesn't have to tell me there's a storm brewing in the sky over the EK, but the sun is shining on our tin roof and on the $1,000,000 hides of thoroughbreds. Before the race, I set out for the back porch in search of a rainbow and my second-hand flash. I want to spice up my sweet instant coffee and toast debauchery and bourbon and all those people drinking dark, aged, potent liquor blood of the place I love. To bourbon! Yum! And betting the whole wad on a speckled horse. He looks like clouds galloping, Mama remarks. And there's our old, ugly governor, Great Mama replied, and his old, ugly wife. Very interesting because our governor just changed. Okay, so what does this poem want us to know about using this book as a divination device? Oof, I just adored the poem. I guess the lifestyle of being a remote part of something that is iconic to a state, such as Kentucky, which I've been in Kentucky for about 4 years, so this tells us that even in the small, kind of quirky, remote ways that we understand something, that is definite and very apparent about the identity of a place. Our observations matter. So even in the remoteness, our observations, our understanding of the iconic matters. Our voices matter. That's how I'm going to put it. Our voices matter. So let's use the next poem to talk or to answer. Ooh, let's brainstorm. Let's ask for a brainstorm on how to use our voice. How to use our voices. Yes, this one. Single wide self-care. Awesome. All right. Single wide self-care. I scrounge around in the bottom cabinets and dig out the biggest pots we got. There's the cooker great Mama uses for canning green beans, and my deep dumpling pot. Together they hold gallons of podunk pampering. The water on the stove hits boiling, and I run a bath in the slime green tub, ignoring the groaning pipes and getting the better of the hunk of junk that's supposed to heat it for me. It's a tight fit, that trailer tub, but I haven't cooked myself yet, and nothing beats the luxury of a brand new bar of soap. Awesome. So, how we use our voice is by making the most of the tools at hand. I scrounge around in the bottom cabinets, dig out the biggest pots we got. Being resourceful. Use our voice to be resourceful and also take care of ourselves. Maybe do a little hygienic cleanse. Not necessarily just of ourselves, but even maybe on a broader scale of our lives. Okay, what needs cleansed in our lives? That'll be our third poem. What needs cleansed in our lives? Distress call is what I first landed on. But I'll tell you the title of the other one next to it is Election Year. So what needs cleansed in our lives? Distress call. I wish I spoke Morse code so I could see what that guy on the scanner has to say. He's bleeping it up all night. 2, 4, 6 a.m. He likes to communicate like clockwork, broadcasting on the even hours. I'm wide awake and just the opposite, translating on the odd. Sometimes I jot it down, or try to. He's just so damned fast. Short, long, long, short. Or was it? Short, short, long, long, short. Bullets and dashes flung out to stab the cold country air. Taps on the wall, recalled from the depths of a childhood bedroom. I want to understand him. This stranger, who can't sleep either. I worry about him. This stranger, who shares my night. What if he's in trouble? Wow. So maybe what needs to be cleansed is our worries and our attitudes, possibly towards how we feel responsible for strangers. Let's give that a fresh start and a fresh take on things. There's a lot of scrubbing being done both on the cover and on the inside, and I hope you're feeling good with your own environment and your own insides. And I hope that this video was helpful to you, encouraging to you, useful, fun. If so, please like and subscribe and share it. And I would love to hear from you about some of your favorite things, either about Kentucky, bourbon, derby. Those topics came up, and opinions about political figures, even if you've got a little bit to say there, as a lot of things are shifting in government, especially recently. Yeah, and if you're a poet, let me know about that. I very much appreciate you viewers, and you can also catch me on patreon.com/tabithadial. I also have a Twitch account, twitch.tv/tabithadial, and I look forward to your comments and your thoughts on all my social media handles. Thank you so much, and create your fate.